Hello everyone and welcome back to Torchlight. We are still in the Lost Fortress, floor 26 I think. And let's make our way further down. I would also like to take this opportunity to welcome all the new subscribers and viewers to my channel. Most of them came here for the Diablo 3 videos, but I'm hoping some of them will stay for the rest. But either way, you are very welcome to my channel. I hope you enjoy my content, and that being said, let's keep going here. Ouch. It interrupts automatic attacks when I drink a potion, so even if I keep the mouse button pressed... Ow. Poison things again. And the problem with moving by clicking is that sometimes you want to move, but there's an enemy in the way, so you attack instead. Now, for the opposite problem, which is moving if you want to attack, there's a hotkey. If you just hold shift while attacking, you don't move. But I'm unaware of a hotkey that does the opposite, so to speak, where you hold it down so you move instead of attacking. Now, okay, that thing can take care of itself. And I think before I hit the final tile set, I will do some additional leveling. Ouch. Okay, this is going to be a little bit of walking. Sorry about that. As I said, it's not quite as easy in this tile set anymore. So what I will do is, when we're done with this tile set, I will basically make a cut. Which might mean one of the episodes is going to be a little shorter than you're used to. And I will go ahead and just grind a few of the random dungeons, Shadow Vault, I don't quite know what yet. And I will do the same thing I actually did the first time I played through this game. On camera. Because I found that was quite efficient. I will run through the dungeons, the stages of whatever dungeon I'm doing. And I will only kill the bosses and their groups, because of the increased drop rate and because it gives me fame as well as experience in quite ample amounts. So I think last time I ended up having the second highest rank of fame possible, or something along those lines anyway, so I don't know how high I'll go this time. But it'll definitely be a noticeable increase in level. Firstly though, of course, we want to get through this. Still don't know what that lever does. Ow, ow, ow. They're really overdoing it here. Thank you. And I know my pet is hurt, but I don't really have that many potions at the moment. It's actually so far, if you noticed, I always got more potions than I needed. Ignore the Steam overlay. But not anymore. Poison. So he should be fleeing or something, but I don't know what exactly he's doing. I'll wait till he's uncharmed, whatever. So I can kill him. I think that was a 40-second effect, though. Fight for me for 40 seconds, yeah. That might be it. So, there we go. Whoa, 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 whoa. Poison someone else, please. Thank you. And then just die. Yep. Can't afford to give potions to my pet at the moment. It's a shame there's no way to store your money somewhere else than on your person, but because there is the option, of course, of choosing the revival with at the beginning of the entrance with less cash, it would sort of unbalance that option if you had the ability to store your money in a safe location. So if you were able to put your money on a storage character or in a chest or something, then obviously you would do that pretty much every chance you get. And so when you die, you have maybe 2,000 or 3,000 gold on you instead of 15,000, 20,000, making the option to revive for cash quite cheap. Why, hey. So making it very cheap to revive for cash, making that the option you would always want to choose, and I'm definitely choosing block and parry. And all in all, I'm switching to 3 defense, 2 dexterity. And that would mean that you would never want to choose the option of reviving in town. You would still want to occasionally take the option to revive at corpse, simply because you cut out a lot of walking, which unfortunately is going to be a reality in the last tile set. Well, unless I get really, really, really over-leveled. Okay, and that guy down there is... some guy down there is firing poison bolts at me. And I'm not particularly happy about that.
Your pet has fled.
Okay... more standard dwarfs, they're not that bad.
Your pet has fled. Your pet has fled. Your pet is hurt. Your pet is healed.
I'm afraid my commentary is a little sparse at the moment, simply because in some recent videos I just got off topic a lot, so I was talking about really unrelated things, not necessarily boring, at least I don't think it was boring, but definitely unrelated to what I was doing in the game. And somehow I want to cut down on that a little bit. And actually... okay, just had to turn my speakers off. I was getting sound through my headphones, but because of the way it's set up on my computer, sometimes if another program wanted to make a sound, it might get confused and try to use the speakers, and then that would be annoying, because most programs that are always running in the background, they're muted when I'm recording, so they're muted whenever I'm using the headphones, because I'm pretty much only using the headphones when recording. I'm usually using the speakers. So for example, my antivirus program rather. It has the ability to create noises, sound effects, nasty cling-a-ling-a-ling stuff when it thinks it's detected something. And that's muted on the headphones so that it doesn't do that while I'm recording, or rather it does still give me the notification, but the notification doesn't show and it doesn't make the sound. But if it's trying to put this through the speakers, if they're still turned on, it would be able to produce the sound through the speakers, and then it would go into the microphone, obviously, because that's recording anything in the room. So, hence, I had to turn my speakers off. Oh yeah, there was one more thing I wanted to say. I have sort of there I was going, sort of again. I started a Torchlight 2 Let's Play together a long time ago. And that was in German. Let me know if you'd be interested in seeing a single-player version of that, probably in English. Problem being, I was LPing with a friend and girlfriend at the time, and then and then life happened as it does, and for a long time, either one or two of us was always being very busy with uni and work and all that stuff. And so it kind of grinded to a stop, and now the situation has developed in such a way. I think I might have opened this with a lever actually, so let's go for some gold. And now the situation has developed again, and it's not gonna be possible to record with those two again. Meaning that project's either gonna continue with only 2 people, or it's gonna be frozen at all. But that's not really relevant to my English viewers, of course. Because that project, if it were to continue, it would continue in German. Thus, tell me, would you want to see the successor, the sequel to this game as well? Single player, of course, or probably, at least. If you aren't quite sure, the way it works, or the way I would describe it, is consider the jump in I don't know, game quality, if you like, from Diablo 1 to Diablo 2. And the switch from a single dungeon to an open world and all that stuff. And that's pretty much precisely what happened between Torchlight 1 and 2. It, to my mind, went through a very similar change. So, Torchlight 2 is to Torchlight 1 roughly as Diablo 2 is to Diablo 1, I'd say. For better or for worse, I guess, depending on your personal opinion of that. And I'm pretty sure that chest is a mimic. But yeah, to anyone watching this... Oh, I was right. Well, hey. Leave me a comment, tell me, do you want to see Torchlight 2 as well? And stares down. Let's see where it takes us. And I think these screens do get recorded. I've got the feeling sometimes not all of them, but as in not the entire duration of it gets recorded, but at least most of it, I believe, does. Okay, let's see where we are now. Floor 27. Okay. Oh, I know where we are.
We found it! I believe I can operate the forge. Books in the Overseer's library describe it in detail. I should even be able to remove the corruption without diminishing the strength the Ember has granted you. Take your place on the platform.
So, have you come to join us? I knew you would hear Ordrak's call eventually.
Master Ulrich, you would never serve such a destructive power. It's the corrupted Ember affecting your mind. If Ordrak is the source of this plague, then it is our duty to destroy him.
I taught you about duty, Sil, but it is time for a new lesson. With Ordrak's power, we can reshape the world. Come and meet your new master.
Okay, so we're cured. Not that it actually affected us before or is going to affect us now, but we're cured. Sadly, Ulrich has abducted Sil. And of course now we have to go after him. So let me just check my inventory actually. Okay. Don't really want to keep this. Or any of these. Okay. Let's send the pet to town. Do I still have the decreased travel time? Yes, I do. Meaning it's gonna be really quick. And only about 5,000 gold. That's not very much, so I don't need to spend that. Lost Fortress level 28. I think level 32 or maybe 34 is where the final bosses are. Might have mentioned it earlier in the LP, and whatever I said then should be correct. I'm not that certain anymore. But yeah, even though we did get a, well, not really a boss fight, we got a sort of... We got a kind of event thing, where we're now cured, and these traps are really loud. And as you can see, these are not triggered by us walking on them, they're just having a cycle that they're going through. The problem with the pet fleeing all the time is that, or rather the problem with the message playing so much is, I think, because the pet is at low health, but as soon as it's fleeing it starts regenerating health. Whoa! These spiders hurt. It's regenerating health, and then if it takes damage from something, say it's poisoned or it's running too close to an enemy so it gets attacked, or maybe it gets caught in some AoE, it gets reduced to 0 again, and so it starts running again, even though it was already running, and I think the message just plays again. I believe that's why I get that message multiple times. Wow, these traps are really noisy. And here we have a boss. So I'll try to deal with the Ember Thralls first. Because he's one of the poison bubble things. The fireballs are not so bad, the poison ones kind of hurt. Well, the reason is not so much the damage. I don't know how much damage the fireballs actually would do to me, and I'm not particularly keen to find out. But they fly in a straight line, so they're easy to avoid. The poison things, as you can see, Or as you could already see quite a few times, they trace me, so I basically have to keep running away from them until they're done. Okay, so that was about 300 damage from the fireball, that's okay. It's how much each poison thing does to me, but I think it's going to be difficult to be hit by more than one of the fireballs he casts. But being hit by all the poison things is quite common. Okay, I'm widely known. Let's see. Do I want more damage or more defense? It's kind of... Barter is actually really nice. That's a trick you can do where if you increase Barter to level 10, and I think if you buy a stack of Identify Scrolls, you spend less on them than you get for selling them back to the merchant. So you can actually gain infinite money. It just takes ages because you make about 2 gold every transaction or so. It's a minuscule amount, but you can just stand there and sell an inventory full of Identify Scrolls and then buy them all back and sell them and go back and forth, and that will make you very slowly as rich as you want to be. The Devouring Trap was quite nice as well, but I think I really want to go for block and parry. And actually, all things considered, this is a good point to call it an episode. I'll see you again next time. Bye bye!